Hello. Wait, what? Like, you're saying the iPhone 14 is already confirmed? By whom? Like, what? Okay, thanks. So apparently we've been hearing rumors and leaks and reports about iPhone 14 already being confirmed. It's like 6 months till the potential premiere of the newest iPhone's flagship, Apple's flagship, and yet there have been new leaks and rumors considering that the iPhone 14 may be just entering its final stage of like testing and checking everything. So really curious, what else do we really have to know about the iPhone 14? Yeah, let's find out. But before we do that, make sure to press the like button if you are gonna enjoy this video, smash the subscribe button for more content like that. And now to the point, and the point is iPhone 14 latest leaks and rumors. If you are into that, this is definitely all you need to know in this video. And yeah, let's start with a bang. Obviously something we've been speculated for a very long time, which is the newest design, which is some big iPhone redesign that's coming up. And like, we are pretty excited. We actually should be, because iPhone after 5 years is supposed to ditch the notch, at least on the Pro models. It's gonna introduce something of some form of a hole punch display. So this is gonna be, well, quite a noticeable change in looks for the iPhone, just as the new camera look, which is supposed to now not be protruding that much, as well as we are gonna get overall new redesign. There are some rumors about titanium, about buttons looking differently, just like they did in the iPhone SE and 5S back in the day. So overall, it's supposed to be a very noticeable redesign, and if you're into that, iPhone 14 should satisfy you. But iPhone 14, I mean the iPhone 14 Pro, because the regular iPhone 14, there are some reports and rumors that it's gonna keep the same notch as the current iPhone 13 lineup is keeping. So that's something to keep in mind. There are also another rumors and speculations considering the camera. Actually, it's supposed to be another quite a significant of an upgrade to the camera. I mean, what I expect, definitely cinematic mode to get even more improved. Probably some upgrades to the selfie camera. I mean, I would really appreciate that, since, you know, it has been pretty much untouched when it comes to hardware since the iPhone 11 Pro series. So like, it will be really appreciated 3 years later. On top of that, the main sensor is supposed to finally have high resolution 48 megapixels, finally ditching the 12, which will enable the new iPhone 14 to actually have the 8K recording capability. How useful is that gonna be? Well, I don't really know. I mean, iPhones right now are dominating the video game. So like, I suppose that the iPhone 14 will even step even further that game. So yeah, maybe it's not like the craziest leak, but like, you know, when it comes to the specs, 8K sounds cool, you know, we should definitely be excited. I mean, again, improvements to the camera, always appreciated, always important, since we cannot go back into the past and retake the photo. We just take the photos with what we have now, and you know, with the current cameras, smartphone cameras improving, it's great. And again, obviously, it's gonna have 120Hz display, just like the iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. On top of that, we've been hearing some rumors about the 5G modems getting a little bit differently, which will enable better efficiency. Does it mean we are gonna have a better battery life? Well, not necessarily. Just because something is gonna be more efficient doesn't mean that the battery life is gonna be better, due to a very simple reason. Apple may as well just decrease the capacity of the battery. This is not a leak, this is not a report, this is some speculation on my part, but you know, they've been known to do that for a long time. And when they increase the efficiency of the A14 processor, they decrease the battery capacity on the iPhone 12 series. So that's just something to keep in mind again. Also, because of some extended hardware capabilities, especially that to the cameras, and especially because we've been running 6GB of RAM on iPhones for quite some time, iPhone 14 is supposed to introduce 8GB of RAM. How big of an upgrade it is gonna be like in reality? Well, for average customer, like, it's gonna be absolutely nothing. For some camera hardware, software features, it's definitely gonna be a nice step up. So I would also be looking forward to that. When it comes to the regular iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 lineup, as well as prices, like, I definitely expect the prices to rise up at least by $100. And the reason is that we've been having the same prices for like over 5 years, almost 5 years, I think, since iPhone 10, and they haven't increased the prices at all. So this is definitely the time, like this big redesign and stuff like that. They are definitely gonna do this year. On top of that, what they are not gonna definitely do this year is the iPhone 14 mini. I mean, the mini lineup hasn't been selling that well. Apple is probably a bit dissatisfied with the results. So instead, iPhone 14 mini, you're gonna see iPhone 14 Max. Well, I guess it's kind of painful for mini lovers, but like in reality, we are, as much as we like the mini phones, we just prefer bigger ones because, you know, we rely more and more on the technology and our smartphones. So like obviously people are gonna go for the Max models or for the regular models. Like mini is out, unfortunately. But yeah, like the sales don't seem to, you know, be missing iPhone mini lineup that much. So I guess it's gonna be a good decision from Apple's side. Also, there have been conflicting reports when it comes to the 120Hz display on the regular iPhone 14 models. And there are a couple of theories. One says we're gonna have 120Hz on all models, which seems very unlikely since Apple has just introduced 120Hz on the iPhone Pro lineup. It was actually like 6 months ago, so I wouldn't expect that. There are also rumors considering 90Hz on iPhone, but knowing Apple's unwillingness to actually go half measures, like I completely disagree with that. If anything, I expect iPhone 14 to just stuck with 60Hz for another year. And the reason is that with the iPhone 12 Pro lineup, Apple showed us that we don't necessarily need 120Hz. People were buying iPhone 12 series like crazy, and this never had 120Hz. People didn't care. These phones were selling like crazy. So I think they are just gonna go another year with 60Hz display on the regular models. Of course, the Pro models are getting it, like there's no question about that. Just like there are no questions when it comes to the fact that the iPhone 14 is really supposed to be somewhat of a big upgrade, like, you know, that redesign, that camera, other capabilities increased, the newer, refreshed look for the iPhone. I think this is what we need. As much as I love the current series, like, I would love Apple to adopt, you know, better screen to body ratio on their iPhones, slimmer bezels, less notches, more futuristic look, and it seems like that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get the best of both worlds, you know, the newest advancements when it comes to Apple technology, with the notch being finally gone, as well as that beautiful look from the iPhone 4, 4S, 5, 5S series that's gonna, you know, be implemented also to the iPhone 14. So it's a pretty big deal. Also, speaking of design, well, I made a video why iPhone 14 is not gonna have Touch ID, and the recent reports and leaks seem to confirm that Apple is not going that way. They are not gonna implement Touch ID again, since they have just been developing, you know, iOS 15.4, which now works differently, better with masks. So like they are probably gonna go with under Face ID, under the display Face ID. It's not gonna be with the iPhone 14 series, but just something for the future. Right now iPhone 14 will probably be stuck with the Face ID in the form like this hole punch somewhat of a display, and that's what we are gonna probably be getting. Again, no Touch ID. I really wouldn't expect that. And if you are curious why, make sure to check my video, which I'll link in the description and maybe somewhere in the card, you know, explaining why iPhone is not gonna return to the Touch ID. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the iPhone 14 for now, because I'm sure we are gonna get tons of new reports and leaks, one confirming, one denying each other. So like, it's gonna be plenty of fun. And if you are into that, make sure to stay tuned for that by subscribing to this channel, smashing that like button, and hopefully until next time.